What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are going over 8 different charts today for 7 different crypto-related stocks. One of the charts that we're going to go over is actually going to compare 2 crypto miners, CleanSpark and Marathon, to each other to see which one has the better outcome potentially for this cycle. But we're going to talk about Coinbase, CYRF, or CYFRF, I'm sorry, Coinbase, CYFRF, Rocket Labs, and WGMI. And then moving on from there, we'll talk about Marathon, CleanSpark, and IREN, finishing up the video comparing Marathon to CleanSpark, all at the request of Vector, ZRO, Black Mamba, Buki, Cow, and Avi. All right, if that sounds good to you guys, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Let's get started. Let's do this. Hold on. So, okay, let's get started. Okay. All right, so Coinbase here poking its beautiful monthly head into the overbought zone, right? We're actually getting into the overbought zone this month. If we see a green month this month, we're only up 4%, and we have 27 days, 17 hours left in the month to go. So it's too early to say, but I think we will get a green month this month. If we do, we will officially be in the overbought zone, and that's phenomenal, man. Getting in the overbought zone is where you do some of your best work. Coinbase hasn't had a long enough history to actually validate that, but I think it will. I think it really will. And seeing this move breaking out of this consolidation phase with more volume than you've seen in a long time, it's very validating that this is just the beginning. It's not going to stop here. So I think what you had, right, was like a little 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-legged move here. You corrected, and now you're probably going to go on a 1, 2, 3 or a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, who knows? You're going to move up higher. I think you're in that first phase right now, 309.35. You probably work your way up to about your all-time high area, and that's where you probably consolidate more seriously. You know, you're already consolidating a little bit now, but this kind of consolidation where you find resistance at the 1272 and you don't even go back below your 100 level, this kind of consolidation is very bullish. And generally, this is the kind of stuff that you see whenever you just like tear right up to your 1618. So by the end of the month, I would expect Coinbase is around 426 or higher. Okay, because this kind of consolidation is really bullish. You could make a run that's more fierce than that and make your way all the way up to $500 maybe, or maybe higher, but I think that's pushing it. But $426 to $500 by the end of this month, if not by the end of January, I think is a very realistic thing for Coinbase. Weekly RSI is looking just as ferocious, if not more ferocious, as the monthly RSI is looking. Very, very bullish weekly RSI. And the daily RSI looks so bullish. If you were to move down, what the daily RSI is telling me is if you were to move down, it's going to be not much at all. And you are getting ready for that next, it really does look like you're getting ready for that next move up, right? You've got these higher highs coming in. You've got your higher lows coming in, right? You're at the base of this trend. You're getting ready for your next move up, right? I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying it for cause and effect. You can see it in this. It would make sense if you went down, like I was saying, a little bit more, maybe a little bit. You don't have to. Just because this line's down here doesn't mean you have to. It's not the most well-drawn line anyways. I just tried to make it look parallel on an overall basis so you can see what I'm looking at. But you don't have to go down here. You could just move up right now. But regardless, what I'm trying to provide is that when you're down here, you do tend to go to this area, right? When you're at the down area, you go to the up area. So it makes sense that if we move down, it's going to be insignificant compared to the amount of upside we have to go in the daily RSI, which would likely lead us to higher prices as well. We've been consolidating nice high and tight right here. I think that we will see a nice move up to those targets that I was addressing earlier by the end of this month, which, what was it, 480 or 470, something like that. What was it, 440? Let me see. No, that wasn't it, was it? It was this, I think. 430 to 510 by the end of the month, if not by the end of January. I would say this more likely by the end of January, or by the end of the month. This would be more likely by the end of January, if not higher. So that's Coinbase. Let's move on. CYFRF, Sol Strategies. It's a very low market cap stock, right? Yeah, 200 million. You know, not super low, but pretty low. It's got crypto going for it though, so that you know that gives it room to grow for sure. Something. What did you say about this one, Black Mamba? Let me read. Hold on. I'm gonna find something real quick. Black Mamba. Oh no. Oh no. You guys can probably hear that, huh? That's gonna be annoying, man. That's gonna be really annoying. for the video. I'm going to continue to do this video, but I'm going to try to make it fast because I'm sure this is going to be very annoying for everybody. There's a fire alarm going off in the apartment complex. It's fine. I think that there's some kids pulling the alarm every night because it happens literally every night, and I've actually had to cut the streams or the videos short or pause even each night for like the last 4 nights now. So it's kind of annoying, but I think it's some kids. I really do think. But anyways, whatever. I'm just going to continue with this video, man. If you guys want the analysis enough, you'll suffer through the noise along with me. So, Cypher, what were you saying? Black Mamba? Let me see. Hold on. You were saying, let's see, first publicly traded company providing pure play exposures to Solana, basically MSTR, but for Solana. Okay. So how Black Mamba, thank you Black Mamba for that insight. How he was comparing this is basically think of MicroStrategy, but for Solana instead of, it's Solana strategies instead of Bitcoin MicroStrategy, right? So they're probably acquiring Solana, putting it on their balance sheet. Looks like it's working out for them so far. As far as price predictions go, I don't know. I don't know how much of their reserve is worth, like how much is in Solana. Is it $200 million of Solana? Do they only have $2 million worth of Solana? Is it less than that? Is it more than that? I don't know. You know, I don't know how to price this thing. I don't know anything about the fundamentals. But when it comes to the price action, all I can say is from a high to a low, you're in your expected area. With how bullish you're looking so far with the volume, I very much would expect that you continue on to 264 and probably higher. You probably make your way from 264 to like $6, 570, somewhere in that area by the end of this move. And then you probably consolidate and you probably do continue to move higher. I bet with this thing being such a low market cap, you probably do have a lot of room to grow. I don't know if I would buy here. I mean, let's see, right? Because it is just up so much. Maybe, let's see. I would say wait. Wait for a price. It's at $1.37. It could come back down to $1 first. If you take out this high, then don't wait, just FOMO, because then it's going to go up. It'll go up more than the opportunity that you missed, and likely it'll go up more than just to 263. But that's all I got for Cypher. Let's move on, or Cipherf. It's not Cypher. Cypher's a different company, right? But RKLB, Rocket Labs, is the next one. Very annoying, and we just started this video, you guys. I know it is, but I'm not gonna restart this video, and I'm not gonna not make this video. So it is what it is. Again, if you guys want the analysis bad enough, hopefully it's legible. If I post this video and I hear this and I can't even hear myself because the alarm's going so loud, then I'll delete it. But until then, we're just gonna try. I'll try. I'm gonna put in more than 20 minutes of work, probably more than 30 minutes of work in this video. Hopefully not all for naught, but we'll see. $23 right now for Rocket Labs. Hell of a move up, man. You were above the 90, now you're below it. I would expect you correct, right? You're down 15% this week. You probably correct. You're already correcting. 21.34 is your minimum target. You're at 23 now, but truthfully, I could see you going back to 17.40, 17.30. Previous areas of resistance back here, previous areas of resistance back here, your current 886. You could even go below that. You could go as low as like 14.52. Much past that, I don't see it happening, but it could go lower. Really though, I like that 17.40, 17.35 area. At the lowest, I would say probably around $11 is where you'd go, 11 to 13 bucks. But let's just see how you do. A little bit of a pullback for now. There's not really much more that I need to say about this thing. I'm very confident it's going to pull back. So that's Rocket Labs. Let's talk about WGMI, and then we'll move on to the mining stocks. WGMI, kind of a nice one to open it up with the mining stocks, actually. Looking bullish as hell. Very bullish monthly RSI. Very bullish weekly RSI as well, actually. Yes, you got overbought a little bit and then you came out, but I'm not worried about that. That could promote a little bit more of a correction here, but overall, inevitably, I think you're going to move up more, right? What you're doing is you're finding resistance at previous all-time highs. So of course, you might come down, find support at previous areas of resistance like you've been doing before you move up, right? If you have to move a little bit lower even, that's okay. But I don't think you do. I think if you were to move lower, you already would have, right? Like if you were to go lower, you would have done it already, I think. So I think you're just going to consolidate in this area between like 25 bucks and 30 bucks. You're going to consolidate here until you're ready to move up. Where are you going to go when you're ready to move up? I don't know. Hard to guess, but maybe 49 bucks, maybe 64, maybe higher, inevitably. But yeah, you can pull back if you do take out these lows. I could see you pulling back to your 886 down to about 23 bucks, but you're at 27.50. That's the lowest I'd give you, 23 bucks, and then you probably at a minimum hit 49 bucks or higher. From here, right? I don't know when you would hit that. I just know that that's like the next likely target. I would expect that when you break out into new all-time highs, right, you're probably going to be at a faster pace than anything you've seen throughout this whole move, right? Maybe at a pace like this. Maybe just what I mean by faster pace is you're going to break out of this trend. You break out of your all-time highs, I think you'll break out of this trend to the upside. So don't expect that it'll take you until like this time to get over here. I think it'll be faster. I'm just not confident as to when. Will it be end of year that you're at 49 bucks? Will it be end of January? I don't know. But I believe you're on your way there now. You're just consolidating. You're loading up for that move. You're going to get it very soon. That's all I got for that. Let's move on. Marathon for Cal. Marathon Holdings. It was up a good 23% 2 weeks ago. Down 8% this week, rejecting the overbought zone, coming down a little bit. That's okay. Just to start the week. The week isn't over yet. We still have 3 days left in the week. Daily RSI looking very bullish as well. You didn't get overbought. That's a little bit concerning, and getting back below the 60 is not good. So you probably do pull back a little bit. You're at 25 bucks right now. When I say a little concerning, it's not actually that. Literally a little bit. It's not actually concerning, right? Yeah, you probably move down. I could see it. So let's assume you do move down from here, probably based off of this fib from a low to a high. Probably down to around 22 bucks, 21 bucks, something like that. You're at 25 bucks now. A little bit of downside is what I see in the coming future. And then you're just getting ready to break out of this overall consolidation phase. So after you do that, you probably come back up, and by the end of this month, by the end of this move, I would expect you're out of this range. You're probably going to be up as high as like 44 bucks or 61 bucks. Nothing's changed in that front. So good job, Marathon. Next one is CleanSpark. I really do wonder how annoying this is. I can't hear it, but I can see it getting the readings on the microphone levels, right? Like my voice apparently is louder, but if I let it sit, I can see it. I can see it pretty noticeably. So I'm hoping this video, you guys can at least hear me. I think you can. That's what it's saying, but I never know until after I'm done making it, right? I don't have the headphones to hear myself. It's pointless if I'm just making these videos by myself, right? But anyways, I guess it's not pointless, but I don't know. Anyways, guys, different conversations. CleanSpark, $13.95. We're at CleanSpark right now, $13.95. Moved up a little bit, consolidated a little bit. You rejected your 60 area on the weekly RSI, so of course you're consolidating a little bit. I think it's fine. You could even move lower from here and be fine. I don't think you go below 1250, right? I don't think, probably not even below 1260. So I don't think you go that much lower, if at all. You're at 13.95. You're just like Marathon. You're just waiting to break out higher, right? You could go a little bit lower than 13.95, but damn, I'm glad that turned off. But I doubt you go lower than these lows here. So you probably go just a little bit lower, if anything at all. And really, you're getting ready. If you don't go lower, you're just going to go up. I really do believe that CleanSpark's on its way to seeing prices above $30 and onwards to $50, probably by the end of January, right? I think that you'll be up at this $30 target by the end of the month, probably around, if not at $33, you'll, I think, be at new relative highs, definitely above $24 by the end of this month. But then by the end of the move, by the end of January, I would think that you're probably closer to 40 bucks, 50 bucks, somewhere in that range by the end of January. So CleanSpark looking ferocious. Let's look at IREN and then finish this up with Marathon and CleanSpark comparison. So IREN here looking like it wants to move up as well, right? You've got this nice kind of parallel channel. I'm not drawing it the best, but you can see, right, low points. I didn't draw that bottom line the best, but I don't know. Something like that, right? You can see what I'm going for. Likely you're going to make a higher high. You've been forming higher lows. Coming up, you're probably going to form that higher high. I would expect that higher high probably comes coincidentally right alongside with these highs here, previous areas of resistance, but still a higher high here, maybe even a little bit higher, right? Something like that. 1849. Let's see if we get any fibs on there, high to low. And we don't. So that's kind of exciting, actually. That's kind of exciting. I take it back. I don't think you stop at these highs. I was just saying it because it would make sense from a price perspective, but man, from a fib perspective, it would suggest that you don't stop there. You break above $14.12, you're probably going to go. You're not going to stop till 2045. But if you go to 2045, man, I think you're not stopping until 28. You got nothing. You break above this price here. You've got nothing stopping you to go all the way up here. The 1618 is a lot more significant than the 1272. So if you get here and nothing's stopping you, why not go up to 2851? I've been saying it for a long time. I don't know if I said it back here or if I started saying it down here, or if I started saying it up here. I forget when I said it, but one of those three circles there. I've been saying that even though you're slanted upwards, you're in an upward faced move, you can break out of it to the upside. And I've been saying I think you will. And this is all, I think, validating to that idea, because again, just based off of this from a high to low, if your next fib target would be $20.45, I see no reason why you wouldn't keep going until like $28.50 to your all-time highs. I don't see why you wouldn't. And then at that point, you're breaking out of all-time highs. You're breaking out of this trend. I don't see why you wouldn't just press on, and you will inevitably press on higher, of course. You know, from this high to low here, that high was at the 1414. This high to low here, this one didn't quite reach the 1272. So we've seen that before, you know, giving probability to the idea that we could find resistance at 17 to 18 bucks. We could, but inevitably you went all the way up to your 1618. That's where you found significance, right? High to low here. I mean, even if you find a little resistance right in here, inevitably you will work your way up here, if not higher, in time. So, and I don't think it'll be at this pace, right? I don't think it's going to take you, I guess, kind of almost at that pace, but I don't think it'll take you to February to get up here. I think it'll be much faster, and you'll break that trend. So, good job, IREN. Looking bullish, looking ferocious. I like your weekly RSI. I don't mind the daily. Yeah, you probably you pull back a little bit. You're at 1293. You probably pull back to about 11 bucks, just below there, and then you start moving up again. So now let's compare Marathon to CleanSpark and finish this bad boy up. All right. It's lame too because the alarm was on for the first half, so people that didn't want the alarm, they left already, which means that like all this part without the alarm that can be enjoyed peacefully, you know, probably not a lot of people are going to be here for this part of the video, but that's okay. This is actually, I think, a really good chart. This is one of the better charts that we've analyzed, right? Comparing Marathon to CleanSpark, that's a good one. Comparing Marathon or CleanSpark to MicroStrategy, those are good ones, right? Comparing, yeah, just stuff like that. I like doing stuff like this because it's a question that everybody asks, right? What's the best performing mining stock? Which one's going to be the best? And charts like this, they're not going to answer that question for us, but they can hopefully point us in the right direction, right? If we're looking at the weekly RSI here on Marathon versus CleanSpark, this is Marathon priced in CleanSpark, right? So if it goes up, Marathon is outpacing CleanSpark. If it goes down or is projected down, we're expecting CleanSpark to outpace Marathon, okay? Lately, they've both been consolidating, so of course they're not really making headway versus each other at all. The weekly RSI looks pretty weak, but at the same time, like overall, it looks really strong. So I would almost anticipate that this would move up higher, which would imply that Marathon is probably going to outperform CleanSpark just at a face value, whatever that's worth looking at. If we look at the weekly RSI here, weekly RSI has a little bit of a double top in the overbought area. That's not a good look, right? You even got in the overbought area over here, and that was your double top, and that provided some solid downside. You look like you've just formed another lower high. So again, emphasis to the downside, I would say, for Marathon versus CleanSpark, which would mean that CleanSpark is going to grow versus Marathon, which is I think what we're expecting, right? Yeah, I think so. Marathon's going to lose value versus CleanSpark right now. So it just remains to be seen. Does it go down like this, form a higher low? Does it go down and form a lower low? Are we in some kind of trend where we're forming lower lows and lower highs like this? Is that what we're seeing? It all depends, and I think it'll be somewhere around this focal point. I didn't just draw that off of a whim. I mean, kind of, but if we look high to low, that's right in your golden ratio. I'm pretty damn good with that stuff, man. Right there at the golden ratio. I think we'll know at 1.8 CleanSparks per Marathon, or Marathon's worth 1.8 CleanSparks. Is that what it would be? I think so. Yeah, Marathon is worth 1.8 CleanSparks. When it drops to 1.2 to 1.3 CleanSparks, 1.13 CleanSparks, let's see how much it's worth. Sorry, let's see what its potential is there. If it reacts positively, you get back above this 382, I would give it a solid chance that you actually are working higher. Okay. If it reacts positively, but you reject the 382, and then you get below your 61869, okay, well then inevitably, yes, you probably will see a lower low. And if you break out, if we see a lower low than this, right, if we're breaking out of this overall consolidation phase, but to the downside, that would imply then that not only are we going to see a lower low based off of this, but we probably will return, we'll probably see a more dramatic retracement based off of this overall move here from a low to high. Come on, if I can get it. That was user error that time. And that would, and there's targets that make sense down here, guys, but that would imply that we could pull all the way back down here, something like that. But if we look, that 382 is right there, and I wonder if we put this low to high here. Come on. Why? There we go. I mean, it's right there, right in the heart of your expected area on these extensions for where you'd find your next low. I don't know. And oftentimes you do go just below the 382, and right below it is that 1618. Right below it is that area of resistance there, which could be support. I don't know. I have a funny feeling, I'm sorry. Cal, you're the one that requested this. I have a funny feeling that CleanSpark will outperform Marathon. I wouldn't have thought that coming into this video, and I could be wrong. If I am wrong, prove me wrong. Get Marathon to be worth 2.4 CleanSparks or more, I'll admit that I'm wrong. Until then, CleanSpark will outperform Marathon. That's my thoughts. Yeah, cool. That's all I got. If you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. I still think Marathon's going to be CleanSpark outperforming Marathon. CleanSpark's like the top dog, you guys, right? It's if not the top dog, it's one of the top dogs. Marathon's also one of the top dogs. Okay, so don't sleep on Marathon. This could be wrong. You never know, right? We never know. This could break out to the upside. In fact, you move up and then you consolidate down like this. Generally, you would expect that you break out to the upside. So I could be wrong, but there's a lot of things that are leading me to believe that we're going to go down. So that would imply not that Marathon's losing value versus the US dollar, but just that it's losing value versus CleanSpark. And if it's losing value versus CleanSpark, Marathon's probably moving up. CleanSpark is just moving up faster. That's all it means. So if you like the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.